Because when you step out of that comfort zone, you have to allow God to use you. And I'm going to speak about business. Um, First of all, you have to have God as number one. You have to have faith. You have to have patience. You have to have dedication and determination. Last week, I called Prophet. When he told us about the faith boot camp, he called me. He asked me to speak. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm going to do it. So last week, Monday, 4 days before this event, I was just going through it. It's like everything was hitting me from the left. It was coming from the right. It was coming from all angles. So I told Jaquita, I said, call Prophet and tell him I'm not doing it. So she was like, I'm not calling nobody. Call him yourself. So I called him and I was crying. I was boiling. And he was like, slow down. I had ran my car. I let my car roll. I was getting out to go to the bathroom at my store. I let my car, brand new BMW. I left it in neutral. I don't know if it was in neutral, reverse, drive, or what. All I know is I went into my store and my daughter was sitting at the front door and she said, "Ma, the car." I was using the bathroom. My underwear wasn't pulled up. I tried to get up and run out there. All I was praying is my car didn't hit the lady's car that was next door, because she just got a brand new Lexus and she was going to be upset with me. So I came outside and I looked over. I was looking for I looked to the left first. It didn't hit her car, so I was okay. So I was looking for my car at that time. My daughter was standing there. She was laughing. How you did it? I said, girl, you better be quiet. Wait till I finish and see what's going on with my car. So I went around and I looked at it and I was like, okay, he ain't do nothing. It was nothing but God. I had a couple little scratches. And when I say it hit big, it sounded like a volcano had erupted. So, I was just going through a lot last week. And I know it was only to stop me from doing what God called me to do. And that's being here, speaking about business, and letting everybody know whatever you go through, do not give up on God. I'm going to tell you a story. I started my business. Well, I started doing business. I was working for someone in 2009. I was working in a personal care home for this lady. Her name was Miss Thomas. So I worked for her for about 2 years. And she would always promise me, Tamika, you're good, having me come in extra hours, neglecting my family. And I would go in, do the job, have somebody else keeping my children. And she would always say, you're doing a good job. I'm going to help you start your own. She just told me that because she never did help. So at that time, I was like, if I can do all of this for somebody else, I could do it for myself. Because one thing I knew is nobody could teach me how to love these people because I already loved them. So I started business in 2009. I went to the personal care agency. They gave me my paperwork, and it was a little setback. She was like, well, I was asking her. I said, well, how long will it take me to get started? And she told me, she said, well, I'm going to give you the paperwork. She said, most people, it take them up to a year. So I was like, Lord, what I'm going to do? Can't pay no bills with love. So I did my paperwork. I did everything I had to do. I opened that business in 3 months by the power of God and determination and dedication. So I opened up my business. Everything was going well. And when you're doing business, when you're going into business, you got to watch your circle. Because let me tell you something. Where God is taking you, you can't take everybody else with you. And that's what I was trying to do. I want to take everybody. I got my sister working in there. I got my mama working there. I got my daddy working in there. I got his friend working in there. But my daddy's friend, he was the one that was going to take the ship down. Because when Miss Tamika was leaving, he was being mean to the people. So as the years went on, I stayed in business from 2009 up until 2017. Praise God. So 2017, I was getting ready to move into another place. So the agency, I called up the agency and she told me, she said, well, Tamika, you can go ahead and you can make the move, but no, she said, no, she told me that I could make the move. So I made the move. So when I made the move, the state is telling me you couldn't make the move like that. So I'm like, well, she told me that I could make the move. So then she say, and remind you, I had moved my people out of the home where I was licensed. So I moved them into the home where I was trying to get licensed. So I had let the house go. So, I got like 7, 8 people, the clients, we all in one home. So then they come back and say, well, you got to let those people go, or you got to, move everybody out and you got to get your license and stuff straight. So I didn't do it. I could not, my heart just would not let me put those people on the street. So Miss Tamika did what she had to do. And all at the same time, it took care of me, it took care of them, and it still paid the bills. We was breaking the law, but it still paid the bills. And I thought everything was good. So remind you the circle that I kept. So one day, I had someone take one of my clients to the hospital, to an appointment. So the guy that was working for me, he kind of pissed her off a little bit. So she was mad. So when she went, she told the people that he was being mean to her, this, that, and the third. So next thing I know, the police, the Augusta Task Force, everybody was at the house. I wasn't there. I was around the corner. They was calling me. I wasn't going because I knew they were going to take me to jail. So I wasn't. So I said then, and I prayed, and I said, Lord, you brought me this far, and you know that I took care of your people, and I loved on your people. I'm talking about I was on Channel 12, I was on Channel 6, I was on Fox 54. I was on all news channels in Augusta, Georgia. So I was so embarrassed. I couldn't even go to church. And I was like, Lord, why me? They were saying I was bathing the people outside. It was just so many lies. So I stopped the bid. Well, they took my people, so I couldn't do no business. So I sat down and I had to get a grip on me. I had to find me, and God said, well, I didn't bring you this far to stop now. So I went to court and, praying and trusting in God. My charges got dropped. So I was like, well, I want Channel 12, Channel 6, Channel 54. I want all of y'all to put me back on the news and apologize. So they gave me they did it, and they said that I wasn't guilty. So, I was thinking it was okay. So then I ended up, where did I work? Me and my sister, we always try to, do a little something to come up with ideas to run a business or whatever. So somehow I had a couple clients, and I had 2 family members that after my charges got dropped, they told me that, I don't care what the news say, I know you. So I want you to continue to take care of my family members. So that's what I did. So I did it. I broke the law profit. I kind of, rigged it up so I wouldn't get in trouble. I put the checks into my cousin's name so he would get the money. So I was like, because if they come back, they're not going to get me this time. So if God told me to take care of those people, I'm just gonna do what God told me to do. So I had 3 people with me at the time, and I moved them. I love those people so much. I moved them into my house. They were staying with me, my husband. You know, we was just like a big family. So 2007, I think it was 2017. 2017, I had just celebrated a birthday. So I just came back from my sisters from Atlanta. We just getting back, so I don't know where I was this particular day, and they called and said they back at the house again. They want you. So I was like, well, my name ain't no nothing and this and that. Well, they already knew you already had your hand in this before, so they knew that you did it. So, you know, just like I said, you got to watch your circle. So somebody had sent an email and told the people that I was being mean, if same thing again. So they was like, well, we're going to throw you in jail. You're going to go to jail. And so I was in there, I was crying, I was boiling. I think my husband might have spent like $4,000 on the phone bill. I was in there for Thanksgiving. I almost was there for Christmas. But I think I got out December the 11th. I think I got out, and you know, God said, you know, I was like, I don't care what you say this time, Lord, I ain't fooling with them people. I gotta find me something else to do. So my sister here, we always trying to come up with a business plan, but we never leave God out. So we went into that old prayer closet. We went to praying, and then she called me. She went home. She called me and she said, you know what you'll be good at? I say, what? She said, you always like to get your hair done, and you like to wear sunglasses, and you know, just do a boutique or something. So I was like, well, you know what? I pay so much on hair and this and that. So I was like, I'm just gonna jump in. I'm just gonna do it. So I was looking for a building. I found a building, and I went, and I was like, well, my credit ain't all that good. I ain't going to be able to get it. You know, that was just the enemy trying to put doubt and fear once again. So I was connected with Prophet at this time. So I got that oil, that prayer oil, that special oil back there on that table. Y'all make sure y'all get some for y'all leave. But I had that same oil, so I went to that store. It was sitting on the corner, and I went in there, and I prayed about it. And I was like, Lord, I was putting that cross up there. I said, Lord, this is going to be my building. This is going to be mine. In the name of Jesus. I kept doing it. I kept doing it. I kept doing it. And it just stuck. So somebody had a contract on the building at the time, but I ain't care because I knew what God was going to do for me. So I waited a couple days. I put in I didn't put in the application. I had put I spoke to the lady, and I was just waiting at this time. So then she called me back, and she was like, well, the person that had the building, she said her husband or something was going on with her husband. So she was like, you're next in line. So at that point, I was like, praise God, so it's mine. So I got the building in 2017. Got the building in 2000. At the end of 2017, I had been through so much hell. So I was like, well, this is going to be my breakthrough. So I was looking up, names or whatever for my building, and me and my niece come together, and she was like, some kind of booze boutique or some kind of boutique. So I was like, no, I don't like that. So she was coming up, listening to other folk tell me what I'm going to name my stuff. So they just trying to give me names. So I go to my church, Tabernacle Baptist Church. So I hear a man, and he's talking about a miracle stone. So I'm listening, and then he was like, that miracle stone, he was talking about the stone, and he was saying, it just looks so pretty when you see it, but you never know what it's been through. So he was like, everything that it's been through, you just don't know. So I was looking around, and I was saying, I'm the miracle stone. So I looked at her, I say, Ches, I got the name. So I went back and I had that building, and it was a piece of crap. It was, I mean, it was from the front to the back. It was just black all the way through. And then I hear that this lady, she was in there. I don't know what she was selling. I don't know what kind of product she was selling there, but it was just a dark place. So I went in there and I painted that thing pink as this suit I got on. It was bright pink. So we painted it. We did all the work, you know, from December to I opened up. I had my grand opening March of 2018. So I opened up. I went through this company called, what was those people named, Jaquita? I don't want to tell no stories, but it'll come back to me. But I'm going to keep on moving. But I had this company. They were over my credit card transactions. Clover. It was a company that was portraying Clover. So everything that I batched in, I had worked so hard. Everything that I batched in, I think I might have made $3,000 my first day opening. So when I tell you guys everything that I made, they stole every penny that I had made. I wanted to cry. I was just like, how? So that's why I say dedication and determination. I was determined to win. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to suck it up. So, you know, me and my husband, everything was kind of slow. You know, the money was slow. 2018 was the worst. I was the brokest person in the world. I might have looked good, but I was broke as heck. So, you know, I said, I got to get us some money. So, you know, I just never gave up. I never gave up, and I just kept pushing. So that's what I want to tell you guys. You know, if whatever you're determined to do, just do it. If you're in business, don't give up, because if you trust in God, everything is going to turn out just the way it is planned. So I just want to leave y'all that word, and I just want to say that I am thankful and grateful to be here, because the devil came at me all this week, and you know, it's only because of God that I'm sitting here. So I just want y'all to just keep the faith and trust in God. And I love you all, and I just love being connected to this ministry.